Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I saw there is a snow in London, in the UK, not just in London, I think in the UK. And so it is snowing here in northwest part of Poland, which is very close to Baltic Sea, in Szczecin. But for us, this is kind of typical weather. Usually November, it's already getting colder as it is now, so I'm not sure with the UK if this is normal or it's kind of strange. I don't think that snow there is a typical weather, but let's get to the point of this video. And that are two topics that you will see in the title. The first one is about Moscow responding to strikes that Zelensky is planning using the long-range missiles, apparently approved by the Biden administration, but that's another story. But before we do this, and the second topic is the Pfizer deal mystery that is involving the, as I call her, Ursula the Witch, so Ursula von der Leyen, who is the president of the European Union Commission. But we will start, for a change, with the comment of the day from yesterday's video that I put out, and this is a very good comment, so thank you for putting this there. You got my like. It's from Lubinkos, or Lubinko US, maybe that. No reason to panic. These weapons, along with long-reaching drones, have been used to hit targets deep in Russia, like in Moscow region, Belgorod, and so on. Russia already had a million different reasons to respond. It's most likely much needed, but won't happen. And I tend to agree with you with this, because this is a very good point. However, I think there might be a strike, because I think it might sound a little bit like a conspiracy theory for you, but I'm not going to go deeper into explaining my opinion. But what I want to say is I think this has been agreed from both sides, and there might be a strike that will be more intense towards Ukraine from the Russian side, as if it's a warning strike. It's just my opinion, because there are some things that are going underground. Let's put this way. I'm not going to go deeper into explaining, because some of you might still not know what I'm talking about, and it will be quite challenging to explain this in more details. But let's go to Maria Zakharova, who is a spokeswoman for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Russia. This article is from yesterday, from November 18th. Moscow responds to strikes with Western arms on Russian soil to be felt. That's what she said. The New York Times reported on November 17th that US President Joe Biden had authorized the use of US supply ATAMAX tactical ballistic missiles for strike inside Russia. So this is from Moscow, responding to strikes with Western long-range projectiles on Russian soil will be appropriate and firm, Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said, quoting her now. The Kiev's regime use of long-range projectiles for attacks on our territory will mean the direct involvement of the US and its satellites in combat against Russia, as well as a radical change in the conflict's essence and nature. In this event, Russia's response will be appropriate and tangible, the diplomat noted. She also noted that it is not yet clear whether such a news is based on official sources. One thing is obvious, she said. Amid the failures of the Kiev regime, its Western handlers are banking on the utmost escalation of the hybrid war unleashed against Russia, trying to attain the illusionary goal of strategically defeating Moscow. However, no matter how much Zelensky and his henchmen hope and pray for it, there is no wonder weapon capable of affecting the course of the special military operation, Zakharova said. I might use this for the title of this video. It's a pretty good statement from Maria Zakharova. And as this article says, the New York Times reported on November 17 that the US President Joe Biden had authorized the use of US supply ATACMS tactical ballistic missiles for strikes inside Russia. Later, France, Le Figaro, reported that France and the United Kingdom had followed suit and allowed Ukraine to use their Scalp and Storm Shadow missiles for these purposes. However, the newspaper later removed this story from its website, giving no explanations. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot, I don't know if you say Barrot or Barrot, said that Paris had not altered its position on strikes inside Russia. The German government said that the United States had notified Berlin about Biden's decision. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on September 12 that the potential decision to use Western long-range missiles against Russia would mean the United States and other NATO countries' direct involvement in the conflict in Ukraine. This step would change the very nature of the conflict, and Russia would have to make relevant decisions proceeding from the threats it will face, the president warned. He noted meanwhile that Ukraine is unable to strike inside Russia without the West assistance because this would require intelligence data from satellites and flight assignments. So just on that note, I think today marks 1,000 days of the conflict in Ukraine. I mean, we know it has started much earlier, right? But that's how they are counting. So today is 1,000 days, guys. I will attach, of course, as always, the article down below in the description box. Just scroll down underneath the video, you find it there. And now let's go to the Ursula the Witch story. Because I don't think this story has ended yet. I found a channel which is like a Polish news channel, but it also speaks about European Union and things going on there. So I will attach the link to that video because this comes from the video that I found yesterday. But let me read you what it says. The Pfizer deal mystery. EU court challenges Ursula von der Leyen's secret text. So that got my attention because I didn't follow that closely. I was actually, when this took place in 2021, I was not in Europe, I was in the US. The case goes back to 2021 when the United States New York Times reported that European Union procured tens of billions of euros worth of COVID vaccines, how Europe sealed a Pfizer vaccine deal with texts and calls. The New York Times journalists reveal, so there is an article from 2021 which is pretty impressive to me, and New York Times I don't think anyone really trusts, but this is pretty on point because the New York Times journalist revealed that the president of the European Commission negotiated with Pfizer chief Albert Bera, I think that's his name, via text messages. The European Commission has never denied that this was indeed the case, but has stated that such a correspondence does not have to and will not to be disclosed. So the American journalist took the case to the EU court in Luxembourg. Transparency, this is quoting the lawyer that was representing this case by that journalist, transparency and the public access to government documents play a key role in democratic oversight. This case presents a very important issue whether officials can avoid public transparency by communicating through text messages rather than more traditional means, the lawyer said. And the head of the European Commission has repeatedly announced the next batches of vaccines ordered by never the details of the negotiations and the details of the Pfizer contract itself have been kept a secret. So there was a video showing Ursula the Witch, let's just call her this, and she said this: I think it was in 2021 also. As you know, we have right now access to 300 million doses of the biotech Pfizer vaccine. Now, the good news is we now agreed, she didn't say how, with biotech Pfizer to extend this contract. With the new agreement, we could purchase a total of up to an additional 300 million doses of the biotech Pfizer vaccine. And in other words, this will allow us to double the amount of doses of biotech Pfizer. In the end, still her talking, in the end, the European Union ordered nearly 2 billion, sorry, this is actually from the article. In the end, the European Union ordered nearly 2 billion vaccines from Pfizer alone, a total of 4.5 billion vaccines for an astronomical sum of more than 70 billion euros. MPs from different sides of the political spectrum have also been asking for details of those purchases for years. The MP from France, her name is Virginie Joron, she said, the European Commission has been hiding text messages exchanges between President van der Leyen and the head of the Pfizer this whole time. Where is the transparency? Where is the ground rules, and why the secrecy? So it looked like that this case could have hurt van der Leyen's re-election as the president, but that did not happen, as she still holds the most important EU position. So here is my question. As you know, she was re-elected this summer. Was it July or August? I was in Moscow when I was recording the video. I think it was in July. So I want to ask you, because I don't think this is over, I really have a feeling that maybe, if not this year, in the first quarter of next year, something's gonna happen with this story and many other stories related to her. But I have a feeling that as the strings will be pulled, not just in US, they will be pulled all around the world, she's gonna fall down big time. And I just want to know your thoughts, so leave this in the comments down below and let me know. As always, every link will be attached down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching the video, subscribing to my channel, hitting this like, and leaving the comments. I really appreciate all your support. Every other link to my Patreon, Locals, PayPal, Instagram, also the book, to order my book that I have collaborated along with Scott Ritter, is down below the video. Very, very snowy, strange day, everyone. Hope you are safe. Those of you who are in UK, if you are in London, probably you're gonna see over 100,000 farmers heading there to protest against what the government is doing with the farmers in the UK. So support to you over there if any one of you is watching. And with this being said, lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Bye everyone.